It's been raining for weeks straight here in the Down Under, so I thought this is a perfect opportunity to do another update on some of our biggest and brightest colonies, like the green weaver ant colony, some of our Mamesia nigrocenta colonies, and even our green head ant colonies, which are doing so good since you've seen them last. Also, I wanted to update you all with our banded sugar ant colony that has exploded in size since we first moved them into their brand new home, plus so much more. Welcome to another episode of The Ant Keeper, where I upload every week about all things ant related. If you find yourself enjoying this video, then subscribe and join the AK colony. Your support really helps me out and I really appreciate it. First up, I wanted to ask you something special. I want to create something that's just between you and me. Every queen ant or colony in our collection is one that I either found or bought. I've been thinking about what queen ant or colony I'm going to get next. Since it's coming into winter, I haven't really found any queen ants lately, so I think it's time to buy our next queen ants instead. AK colony, I want you to choose what will be our next queen ant or colony. You decide what species you want and I'll get it. That's right, you pick any ant you would like that's native to Australia and it will become part of our collection. There is truly a huge array of amazing ants to choose from, and I'm really excited to see what you'll pick. Also, it can be either a queen ant or a colony. You decide. In the comment section below, write down what queen ant you would like to have and like someone else's comment. To get more likes on your own comment, explain why you have chosen your species of ant. In the next episode, the top 5 most liked comments will be selected as finalists for everyone to vote on. Pause the video and write your idea now. This tubs and tube setup made from the first container I pulled from the kitchen cupboard has been to this queen's liking. But things have changed since then, for the better. Let's have a closer look to see what she's been up to. We now have a worker alongside the queen to help her assist with her daily duties. But that's not all that has changed. The queen has been very busy and clearly happy. She has laid an abundance of eggs, like a collection of pearls that are guarded by a fire-breathing dragon. Well, I mean, not a real dragon, but I've heard being stung by one of these girls feels like being on fire. It's amazing to think that one day these eggs will eventually turn into a worker, just like their older sister. Looking at the sheer number of eggs she's laid, it certainly looks like this queen likes motherhood and wants to have another dozen daughters helping her hunt. This colony surely will be exciting to watch develop over the next couple of months. Next is another Mamesia nigrocenta colony, but this queen arrived in our collection with one worker. They've been housed in this bull ant den from the day they arrived here, and boy are they messy. I just cleaned their setup now since I couldn't even see inside. This colony is particularly consistent at spreading the honey everywhere, mixing it with the sand substrate and smudging the acrylic. The steady diet of crickets has helped this tiny colony produce a second worker and a group of larvae tucked away in the corner. I adore this species of Mamesia. I think they're truly amazing. I literally can't get enough of these girls and I don't regret for a second having a couple of these colonies in our collection. With 2 workers now, this queen finally has time for herself, where she can focus on painting honey on the walls and laying new eggs for the next generation. The 2 workers are doing a great job also painting every surface imaginable with honey and tending to the needs of the larvae. I'll be sure to keep you updated with the progress of these 2 Mamesia nigrocenta colonies as they continue to grow and become established multi-generational colonies. A couple of weeks ago we moved our newest colony of brood-boosted banded sugar ants, or Campinos concebrinus, into the new 3D acrylic nest in Outworld. This colony has finally moved into the new nest. Come take a closer look. The growth has been incredible. I actually had no idea how much this colony has changed since moving in. I've been trying really hard not to disturb them, so this was certainly a huge surprise for me. This colony now has over 15 workers and over 100 cocoons, larvae and eggs. What a transformation. It's so cool, I love this. Initially when we moved this colony into the setup, I was actually a little hesitant that this nest could be too big. However, this last couple of weeks has proven that this was the perfect nest, not only in design and functionality, but also perfect in size. This setup is aesthetically pleasing, a perfect complement to this ever-growing colony. I've been wanting a big colony of banded sugar ants for months, and it feels like it's finally happening. I couldn't be happier with how this setup and the colony has turned out. With so much brood on the way, this colony is sure to double or even triple in size in the next couple of months. I promise to keep you all updated with the progress of our treasured green weaver ants. Famous for being difficult to keep alive, these emerald gems are still happy in their test tube home. However, they've slowed down with the queen taking a break from laying eggs. This isn't unique across our collection though. It's winter here in Australia and it's freezing cold. In fact, I actually had to wear a shirt when I walked outside into my backyard today. It's a chilly 15 degrees Celsius in the nights, and honestly, I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it through the winter. Jokes aside, most of the queen ants have slowed down for the winter by pausing on their egg laying production for now. Luckily, winter doesn't last long here, and the queen ants will resume laying in no time. Last week, I moved them into a new test tube since the last one was dirty and moldy. It was fascinating to watch the workers literally drag the queen into the new clean test tube, like as if the workers were dragging the queen onto a new leaf on the tree. Since this genus is so sensitive to vibrations, I've been keeping them wrapped in foil and surrounded in foam. Overall, this colony is doing great and will no doubt have an exciting summer ahead. Of all the colonies we own, for me this is my favourite one to watch and admire. My earliest ant memories are of me admiring the metallic green shimmer of the greenhead ant. I caught about a dozen queen greenhead ants a couple of months ago with varying success. Throughout all of them, all the queens were very slow to develop, taking months to lay eggs and eventually develop into workers. Here is one of the colonies with around 15 workers now. One of the things I love about this genus, other than the nostalgic memories, is that they can't climb vertical surfaces. This is great for beginners, since it makes working with them really easy. You never have to worry about the workers spilling out of their setup. Instead, I just open the lid, and they're comfortably just chilling out. Just don't get stung by one, it will ruin your afternoon. Although it's been a while since I've been stung from an ant, hopefully I can continue this lucky spell. I really don't want to get kissed by one of these girls. If you made it this far, then make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. It really helps me out. Also, have you subscribed and become part of the AK colony? If you haven't, then what are you waiting for? Like, what are you doing? You know better. Subscribe and be a part of one of the fastest growing colonies here on YouTube. Don't forget to write down what you want as your next queen ant. Remember, you decide and vote for what we get next. Thank you everyone for watching this week's episode. I'll see you on the next video. Until then, Ant Keepers Unite.